Hello, my name is Ryan. Welcome to Math Lions. Today I will be teaching you what radicals are, but mainly how to add and subtract them. So a basic point of what radicals are is it's basically the root of a number. So the square root of 5 is a radical. And then you can add, this would be the cube root of 5, and then, this would be the radicand, this is the radicand, the 5, the 3 is the index. There's also a coefficient, so what would that be? Let's say we have the square root of 20, okay. So we can simplify this into fractions, so we can do 2 and 10, we can factor it, and then 2 and 5. So we have 2, 2 and 5. So it's 2 times 2 times 5. So 2 times 2 can also be 2 squared times 5. So what we can do is, since this is squared, instead we can put that 2 over here, and then we can put the square root of 5. Because if we do the square root of 2 squared, that's 2, and the square root of 5 is the square root of 5. So that's basically the simple idea of what radicals are. So now, how do we add radicals? Okay. So if you want to know what 2 square root of 5 plus 5 square root of 5 is, how do we do that? Well, it's actually very simple. You just add, since these two have the same radicand and the same index, which is, we can write 2 here, as in this is square root. So we just need to add the coefficients. So it's basically simple addition. 7 square root of 5. Whenever you're writing square roots, you don't have to write that too. But if you're doing cube roots or fourth roots, you have to always write those numbers. Okay. So what about square root of 8 plus the square root of 32? How can we solve that? So what we want to do is we want to try to see if we can simplify it to get the same radicand. So we have 2 and 4 and 2 and 2. So it's 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 squared times 2. So 2 squared times 2. The square root of 2 squared is 2, and the square root of 2 is the square root of 2. So this is 2 square root of 2. For this, we can do 2 and 16, and this can be 4 and 4. So it'd be 4 times 2, or 4 squared times 2. So the square root of 4 squared would be 4, and the square root of 2 would be the square root of 2. So this is 4 square root of 2. So we have the square root of 8 plus the square root of 32. Now that we've simplified it, it is 2 square root of 2 plus 4 square root of 2. So we just need to add the coefficients, and that would be 6 square root of 2. Okay, so now how can we add, let's say, square root of 8 plus the square root of 16? Well, we know that this is 2 square root of 2, and the square root of 16 is 4. So 2 square root of 2 plus 4. This is actually the simplest form that we can do. So, yeah, this is basically the simplest form that we can do, and we can't reduce it any further. The only way to reduce it is if we turn this into a decimal form. But if we turn it into a decimal form, it won't be exact. So this is the exact form of it. So that's how you add radicals. Either you can directly add it, or you simplify it first, then you add it, or you can't add it anymore. Okay. Thank you for watching Math Lions. Please leave a like and subscribe.